Hi, my name is Niladri Roy, and I am a co founder and a managing partner of a boutique advisory firm called Thought Arbitrage Transformation. As a firm, we have two areas of practice. One is the classical management consulting practice, and other is executive education. Within the executive education line of service, we are very passionate about a particular product called building digital capabilities to scale. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about how we help organizations across industry sectors, verticals to build digital capabilities, how we do it using our unique learning methods, and how we do it frugally, which is not using a lot of your time and resources, and what are the outcomes that we typically deliver in this process. So, as hang on, and this video therefore is called how to and how to scale your digital capabilities. So here goes. The first element that we hold ourselves accountable and are very proud of is called our value proposition, or which is the learning diamond. It is a triangle. On the top of the triangle, you have learning methods, which basically says how we teach. And to give you the base, to give you an overview of our learning method, it is about principle, application, principle, which aids retention. To give you an example, suppose we are doing a basic digital immersion class and we are trying to define what is digital as against what it is not. We explain the definition of digital, how does it manifest across industries with some examples nearer home, and then help the learner to understand the concept, kind of make a connect with a principle and with an example, and then go back to the principle again to test its efficacy. In doing so, he builds a basic understanding of a foundational concept and retains it over time. The second important thing is our content structure. In any digital program or in any digital immersion program, which are 6 to 8 hours split over multiple days, it is about having a base content to get the foundational concepts right. Around the base contents, we build industry context and pillars around which we have case studies, which is nearer home and describe how your industry is getting transformed using multiple digital tools and technologies. Thereafter, what is the other important aspect of this whole process is contextual insights. And contextual insights is from the learning, from using our learning methods, applying it to your particular industry, and then drawing insights which is relevant to your context, so that you go out next day and figure out what am I supposed to do tomorrow. Step 1, step 2, step 3, which is a unique value proposition of our methodology. Furthermore, we kind of pride ourselves to help you understand a few questions. Okay, at the end of the session, your participants are able to understand why digital, why now, the context of digitization, timing and relevance, what is digital, and how are business models impacted by digital technologies, how are digital natives threatening incumbents across multiple industries. Third question is, how is disruption across industries evolving and how are incumbents responding to it? So, for instance, how does the new bank challenge the incumbent banks, and how are incumbent banks responding to it, and what are their opportunities, what are the challenges? The fourth question is around key digital technologies and how are they applied. And fifth, which is where we culminate, what does it mean to us? What does it mean to our specific organization as we progress in our journey of digitization? Answering these five questions in our experience has helped a person or an individual to understand the basic core of digital, how that it gets applied, different digital technologies, and therefore what am I supposed to do coming to office tomorrow. In the next slide, we're going to kind of take you through the program, how it is designed. Typically, in a 6 to 8 hour program, you have pre work, and what we have done in terms of pre work, you read it, one or two industry case studies depending upon the duration of the program. For a 6 hour program, you get one industry case study to study. For an 8 hour program, you have to deal with two case studies. But more importantly, you actually go through a set of videos, which is our demystifying digital series, which sets you up with the basic understanding so that you don't go behind in class. And thereafter, you talk about exponential technologies, disruptive business models, and so on and so forth. The total watch time is 2 to 3 hours with reading time included. So every participant comes prepared to be able to participate in case discussion and content discussion. Typically, a 6 to 8 hour model is 6 to 8 hour intervention is split into three modules. The first module is context setting and the big picture. The big picture basically talks about why digital, why now, what's so important now, mega trends, its impact on industry structure, how industries are shaping from discrete verticals into industry ecosystems, and so on and so forth. The first module is pretty generic. The customization happens in the second and the third module. So the second module, we talk about digital as a concept, the whole idea of a digital business model, how does the industry structure gets disrupted, so on and so forth. And in this particular case, we actually talk about multiple business models in your sector and how to choose particular one in your particular case, in your particular firm's situation. Thereafter, module 3, we move on to the preview of Industry 4.0, digital technologies, multiple digital technologies, AI, IoT, blockchain, AR, VR, 3D printing, whatever is relevant, and use this in, and when we teach this with use cases and how industries are getting transformed, and therefore what lies in your industry and what's going to happen next. After a 6 to 8 hour session, typically over a 2 to 3 day intervention, we have a post class Q&A, which is not mandatory, but a lot of students, we kind of spend time with them to clear any doubts that they might have. So typically, what are we delivering? We are delivering a booster dose on digital in a concentrated form, 6 to 8 hours, help you understand the fundamentals, what is happening in your industry, how your industry is getting disrupted, and getting you ready to a set of actions, because we're going to do firm level discussions to set of actions that you might want to do in your functional area, step 1, step 2, step 3. That's a big differentiator. The next thing is, these are our competence areas. We have kind of built content around banking, financial services, auto mobility, and when we say banking, financial services, includes retail banking, life insurance, health insurance, PLC, property and casualty. We have content around auto mobility, commercial passenger vehicles, industrials, it's a generic industrials around commodity manufacturing. We have done work around healthcare life sciences, which is pharma, healthcare, retail, CPG, e-tailing. All of these industries, we have specific modules and content and curated in where we can actually also customize it to your context. Other than that, we have something called a generic digital, which is firm wide, which any industry can use. So typically we are talking about 13, 14 verticals plus a generic one to help your help your managers build muscle. So who is this intended for? This is intended for two categories. One is the high potential manager whom you want to build as a digital general manager in the future. The second is building awareness and digital literacy for a hell lot of mid management people. I think we have covered about 12 to 1500 managers through this interventions as we speak and as we film this video on the 17th of May 2021. Okay. Now, since this is a kind of a promotional video, I will indulge us with a kind of a brief introduction, more than a brief introduction about us, and I'll spend a couple of minutes around the work that we have done in this particular space. We have covered BFSI, pharma, mobility, CPG through basic digital immersions, customized immersions, and also digital master classes. Moving on, a bit about my firm. We are almost 7 years old. We should be 7. We will be 7 on 30th September 2021. We are a boutique firm which has 5 partners. Till now, we have done 18 organization transformation projects, 8 of which have been multi-year, 11 functional excellence projects and growing, and 5 executive education projects. To set this in context, executive education is a 1.5-year practice of the 7 years of our existence. Our expertise lies in BFSI, industrials, and CPG. We have created 5 knowledge objects or methodological constructs, which are uniquely developed methodologies and frameworks. Our presence is in Mumbai and Delhi, planning to expand nationally. In terms of our values, we are, or our vision, we want to be recognized as an implementable, insights driven, partner led boutique firm. So what does that mean? It means that we do not ascribe to the classical consulting pyramid, and we are partner led, so you pay for very high end services. Our partners are typically ex CXOs, around 25 to 30 years of experience, and are hardcore implementation people. So there is a strategic advice, but we also tell you how to get things done and move the needle in any of our practice areas. Now, about our practice areas, we are strong in business model innovation, which is cross industry, operations and supply chain, where we work in BFSI, industrials, auto and mobility. Operating model and organization design is cross industry. Functional excellence, again, which we talk about only two functions, HR and finance transformation, cross industry. Digital transformation and capability, BFSI, industrials, pharma, healthcare, retail, mobility, and CPG. With this, I would close this video, and hope to hear from you soon. And if you have any questions or clarifications, do write to me at niladri.roy@tatransform.com. Thank you very much for your time, and look forward to partnering with you to scale up your digital capabilities. Thank you once again for watching.